Welcome to episode 257 of the Overlook Hour. I'm your host, Clark Little. Along with me, as always, is the man who is in studio. It's Randy Michael Stat.
Yes, sir. This is Randy Michael Stat. How's it going?
Randy, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Also joining, as always, is Russell John, the Fisherman.
What up? I just realized all the windows are closed.
And Oksana Villarreal Osachi.
Hi, I thought Clark opened them yesterday.
No, can you just leave the windows open?
I only closed them because it looked like it was going to rain.
What's that going to matter?
Look at all these valuable collectibles in here.
Okay, but we don't live in, monsoon country where the wind, there's no such wind vortex where the rain would come in at this thing.
I'll just open the door.
I am a weather expert.
I'm worried Randy's in here. It's going to get hot.
Well, we do have more carbon dioxide being emitted into this room.
Sure.
Which is a very valuable thing, which you will learn if you ever watch The Ice Road, starring Liam Neeson.
I watched it. It went in one ear and out the other.
3-star.
Frankly, that's the only way to take in that movie. In and out of your eyes and ears.
Now, Liam Neeson has been killing it in the Reddit subform for I Think You Should Leave Season 2. Do you know why?
No clue.
People are lobbying for him to become a spokesman for Calico Jeans.
Why?
Because, dude, they have hella pictures of him that look like he wet himself.
Really?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
In the motion pictures or out in the wild?
In the wild.
Oh.
Yeah. I know this is like a visual thing, and
it does happen.
Are you kidding me?
Randy.
Of course. You get a little dribble.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we're talking about season 2 of I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson, where one of the sketches is maybe the longest sketch is a 8 to 10 minute long sketch about a little bit of urination dribbling on the front of your trousers.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, it's funny, but it's not one that I would like randomly throw on to show people.
The structure was great.
Here you go.
God.
Liam Neeson for Calico Cut Pants. There are 4 pictures, 2 of them with other people in them, where he's clearly got some old man leakage.
Okay, so that first one is, there's no leakage, brother.
Yeah.
That is a stream.
That's a rupture.
That is 3/4 of his front.
Now, I realize this is a visual thing. I'm going to tweet them out before this episode even gets
The second one, is that not a shadowing situation?
I think the second one is actually the most calico.
Okay, but the way that the wrinkles are set up in the second one, I feel like that could be a shadow.
No, right
situation.
there. That's urination.
Okay, no breathing.
Or maybe he's just really bad at drinking from a cup.
As a person who is bad at drinking from a cup, I'll get stains on my shirt all the time. I have tried to become more conscious of it the older I have gotten, because I know that I don't know how to eat.
Yeah.
But like it gets on the front of my shirt all the time, and also at least once a week I choke.
Does anybody ever call you out on it?
What, my shirt?
Yeah, I don't get the stain like anxiety. Like, dude, I dribble shit all over my shirts
it's just
and whatever.
Like, I'm a man.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a reflective thing. Like, I think you start exuding stain energy, and then people pick up on it.
No, it's just, no, I don't. Here's because I'm fat and I can't really see myself very well. So I don't. When I notice it, I'm like, oh, God damn it.
I only notice when I'm wearing a white shirt, and I feel like it's on brand.
You
like I look like a
stain
dirty
energy, dude. I don't have stain.
No,
energy.
I'm saying I think when people get a stain, they start exuding that energy and then draw attention. But okay, while we're in this Reddit, again, I'll tweet out that picture. We have the Overlook Hour podcast or something on Twitter.
He would probably do it because Liam Neeson doesn't say no to too many jobs.
Right now, hold on. There's one thing that I thought was genius, and I think Randy saw it when I was scrolling. This is my favorite thing I've seen on Reddit. It's so me. Here you go, Clark. You're gonna love it.
Oh my God.
So it's a film by Tim Robinson, Possessor. I don't want to be around anymore. And we have our favorite prank show host, Calvin?
No, it's
Maniac or Havoc Johnson, Craig Havoc,
Carl Havoc.
Carl Havoc. Can I get a confirmation on that? I don't know what his name is, but I want to print that out and put that in my room. Again, I'll tweet it. It's a mashup of Tim Robinson and the younger
Brandon Cronenberg.
Yeah, there you go. Possessor.
Carmine something.
Okay, I'll stop distracting you with that. I thought it was beautiful, and I was embarrassed I didn't make that connection first.
Good. That's also one of the best sketches.
That first episode is really good. It's really good.
I don't want to be around it anymore.
No, I'll tell you, I was tempted this week to just pull a shitload of clips and just play them because I really love that show. But oddly enough, I think the movie I covered taps into the I think you should leave vibe, and I have clips from that for later.
Do you think this season went a little darker?
Darker, shorter? I mean, it's a pandemic season.
Is it shorter, though? I just feel like it just went shorter because we're into it. But I think the runtimes are about the same.
I don't know. I felt like I Think You Should Leave was so different when I first watched it. I had to have like a Tim and Eric experience with it, and I had to like live with it and rewatch it to like really get on the level. And I was worried that because we had it for like, 2 years, 3 years with no season 2, I thought it was going to be one of those like 9 Inch Nails things where people were like, he's been working on an album for 4 years, and it comes out and everybody's like, I fucking hate it. Yeah. Or like Tool did that too. Like, I was like, dude, season 2 is going to blow. And no, it's better. I like it more.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Yeah. The fucking Coffin Flops is like my favorite.
Coffin Flop is very good.
I constantly think about how we could shoehorn that into UF.
Corncob TV?
Dude, R.I.P. They should bring it back, man. Corncob fucked up. They need to get Coffin Flops back. Again, if you have no idea what we're talking about, I know you have Netflix. Watch fucking I Think You Should Leave.
So the first season is also 6 episodes, and they're like the same runtime, but it just feels way longer for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the skits are longer?
Okay, don't say skit.
Sketch?
Sketch. Skit is an offensive
I feel like
word.
it's grammatically weird. The sketches are longer?
Skits are something that your 4-year-old nephew does on a family vacation with a broom handle and a flashlight.
Well, a sketch is something I wear on my feet.
My mother exclusively wears Skechers now.
And that's why you're her son.
That's Skechers' target demographic, right? Either children or people in their 60s.
I have no idea. I've never owned a pair.
Nor have I.
I used to be a Puma guy, and then I got out of it.
I'm Puma.
I like Puma.
Puma's great.
I haven't worn one in like 40 years.
Randy, what's your thought on Skechers, dude? Are they for boomers?
Yes, and it is the S.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
God, Skechers are terrible. But they are comfortable though.
Okay.
I'll give them that. They are pretty comfortable.
Nah, the most comfortable shoes I've ever owned, I bought off a dude who was selling them on the black market that came into my round table. They were stolen jogging shoes that retailed for $240. They were orange. They were fucking ugly. Man.
Brooks?
I don't know what they were.
Talking New Balance?
I have no idea.
Saucony.
No clue. You just make that one up?
No, it's people used to say Saucony, but I believe it is pronounced Saucony.
Interesting.
Because apparently it is a river in Pennsylvania or something.
I'm on board.
I used to wear I've got some in the bathroom right there.
You have your shoes everywhere in this fucking house.
By the way, I got new sandals in Mississippi. Did you see these?
No. What are they, Crocs?
Under Armour.
Under Armour?
Match.
Oh.
And they got cushions.
Does that mean you're going to start your workout phase of your life?
Also, here's some bullshit with these. I purchased them at an outlet mall, full retail price.
Wait.
What shit is that, dude?
They were at an outlet at full retail?
Yeah.
Times are hard during the pandemic,
Man.
dude. They got to make their money.
Also, full disclosure, I need to tell you this part of the story. I also had purchased previous sandals the day before that said outlet mall, but I didn't try them on, and they were way too small. But those were $10 at the Adidas. So then I went and spent $40 on these at the Under Armour. I left the ones at home. I was like, Mom, here's shower shoes or something. I don't know.
Oh, we are matching right now. I didn't realize I'm wearing Under Armour shoes.
I think this pair of sneakers is the first pair of sneakers I've seen you wear.
That might be true.
Yeah, you're usually clomping around in your Nazi stompers.
For like years of my life, I only worked in restaurants, and like sneakers don't help.
Shoes for crews.
Yeah, you need shoes that will grip the floor. And I mean, I've challenged that before and come in with the ones that did not want to hug a wet floor, and you'll die. Every
time I go into that Walgreens down the hill,
yeah,
I have sandals on because I'm cool. I slip around. Man, you think I'm Anton Apollo Ono up in there?
They gotta wash the poo-poo off the floor.
Apollo Anton Ono.
I don't know who that is.
He was the Olympic skeet.
Oh, okay. Was that the porno you were watching?
Remember the Olympic speed skater? I think he was at Atlanta. Apollo Anton Ono.
The Olympic skeet skate. Oh, you want me to look it up?
He was at the Richard Jewell Olympics?
I think so. Was it 96 or was it 2000?
Is that a real thing? Richard Jewell Olympics?
Yeah, he was at the Atlanta.
Okay, 96 was Atlanta. I think 2000 was Greece. Or was 2004 Greece?
Wait, what am I looking up? I put in Apollo.
2004 was Greece. 2004 was Greece. What was 2000? Where are the 2000 Olympics?
Apollo Olympics? I have no idea.
Apollo Ono. Yeah, that's him.
Okay, Ono.
Are you still looking? God.
He used to be a piece of shit.
Apollo. Very good.
Looking at this dude.
Apollo Anton Ono.
He used to be a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's 39. But began training full-time in 96. Okay, so I think he was 2000. Type in where were the 2000 Olympics.
Oh, my God.
But please do it this fiscal quarter.
Why are you...
Just Olympics 2000 Olympics. That's all you had to do. Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. So 96 was Atlanta, 2000 was Sydney, 2004 was Greece, 2008 was Beijing.
Why do you know this shit?
Where the fuck was 2012?
It doesn't matter.
I don't know. I remember Greece because I was a senior in high school when that happened.
That's why you remember
it was just weird. And...
Do you care about the Olympics?
And in 2000, no, here's the deal. In 2005, I went to China, and they had just announced that they were getting the 2008 Olympics, and they were starting to build shit then, 3 years prior. So I do remember that China was 2008, and then I don't remember past them.
Cool.
I kind of like the Olympics. I really do.
I don't.
I feel like I shouldn't. I know that they're lame.
Corrupt.
Woefully corrupt.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think I do like the Winter Olympics a little more.
I heard a good theory that they should just hold the Olympics in multiple venues at the same time. I think it would help with like local corruption. It would help ruining cities that hold it years after, because it never makes the money they think it will. Yeah, I don't know.
Especially
Who cares?
Randy's future home. They blew that shit up.
We heard Japan, they're going no crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised they're going to have it.
Well, I mean, they're not like vaccinated over there. Like nobody has it. So they declared a state of emergency.
I know, it's a mess over there.
Yeah. All right. You got any more you want to talk about with the Olympics?
How's Dave Jackson doing?
What's your favorite Winter Olympic event?
I like...
Snowboarding.
Skeet shoot.
No, I like the skiing when they go down and they do the big jump.
That's a good one. I don't know what it's called, though.
I think he nailed it.
The Molly Bloom event.
All right. You good?
Yes. Is it time?
Yeah. All let's kick it off right with our buddy David Lynch.
Bring him in.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Last week I fucked up. I let the cat out of the bag. Randy, you're here now. So the bit doesn't work. I hate to break it to you. David Lynch hasn't been coming over.
Oh, bummer.
I've been cutting down.
I was hoping you'd be here today.
It's the only reason you showed up, I know.
David Lynch is always here due to my perfect impression.
Oh, dude. So, we were talking about the David Lynch. So what I do is every day he does a weather report from LA. It's like a 2-minute video where he just talks about the weather and he does his intro. And dude, the one that I edited today that I'm about to play, he sounds like he's fucking Biden. I'm worried about him. He starts talking about precipitation in the desert.
I told you this 3 weeks ago when you started this bit.
Yeah,
Head
but
trauma.
You put the seed in there, and I was thinking about it, and I'm watching him this week, and I'm like, oh no, we really need to enjoy David Lynch.
Well, he's no spring chicken.
All right, David, go ahead, take it away.
Good morning. It's July 11, 2021, and it's a Sunday. Today, I'm hoping that all the projects are going along great. Everyone, have a great day.
Thank you, David. All right. And I'll tell you, that's when he sounded good in that video. You know what? I'll tweet that thing out. Can you please make a note that I got to make like 5 tweets? More than I've ever done in my life after this. Dude, I think you would love it. I think you would actually do like a Sting bit out of there because he's talking about the water hitting the rain and desert bloom. But he can't, like, he loses his point halfway. I don't know.
What about Desert Rain?
Love you, David Lynch. That's what I meant.
All right. I have a confession.
Uh-oh.
I joined TikTok.
Oh, you did? Yeah, but have you posted anything?
No, and,
Okay, then
I haven't looked at a full video.
Fake news.
Have you subscribed to Neil deGrasse Tyson's TikTok?
No. Nor will I ever. Do you talk, bro?
No. I've watched a couple of Neils, and that's about it.
But you've got some ticks.
Yeah, I got those. I think they're in my bed. I've just been sleeping
Oh,
with them.
you went a different direction.
We were on the same page.
There we go.
He's got a twitchy eye. That's what I thought.
He went with the putty tick. Putty did the tick.
Okay. What were you talking about? Your pud earlier? You're jerking your pud?
Yeah, you never called your penis your pud?
No.
No.
You never heard that?
Where did you hear that?
Opie Nancy.
Oh my God. Okay, all right. You know what? I forgot. It's my turn. It's time for everybody's favorite segment, the TBR report.
The TBR report.
You okay? You need some water, you fucking hack, drinking your liquid death?
Okay. Do I need to explain why I'm drinking liquid death?
If you want, go ahead. We'll kick off my report with that.
I think they do a good job of... I've always been a fan of canned water because plastic bottles are ruining the earth. Okay? So now we're canning our water. I'm a fan of canned beer. If I drank wine, I would drink canned wine. So why would I not drink canned water? Also, look at this. It's a beautiful can. Beautiful packaging. You know that I am partial to navy blue and to gold.
Where is there navy blue?
That's navy blue, dude.
Yeah, I think he's right. I think it's just a very dark navy.
That's navy blue.
Okay. Actually, in the light, I think you are right.
It's 100%. Okay. Hold on. Let me show you.
Did you know that they made a horror movie?
It's navy blue.
Liquid death?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
They made Death Till Death.
What is that?
Liquid Death's movie.
Get a screener.
Okay. Now, can I retort why you shouldn't be drinking liquid death?
Give it to me.
All right, Randy, can I get the replay? That we need to rewind. Thank you. So, about a month ago, I had just heard about liquid death because a very angry Clark Little stormed into the room and went on a beautiful Tim Dillon-esque rant about how hack and hipster liquid death was. He was like, you see this shit? And you introduced it to me in a tirade of outrage.
Okay. Yes, I did. I don't deny this for a second. But I think you need to look at the big picture here, Russell. Is that I can change. I can change because, as you know, I am trying to kick soda. Me, Clark, your friend, is in a troubled place right now.
I agree.
Where I am is dark and very cold, and I need all the support that I can get. So there's just the simple gesture of grabbing a can and drinking out of the can, and it's just filled with water.
Totally get
Nature's goodness.
That's why I drank all your bottled water. Again, I apologize for that. How much is it for that liquid death?
$1.50 a can.
Is that good? I feel like it's not good.
I can get 12 for 20.
All right, and that concludes our TBR report. No, okay. Let me reset this thing.
Yeah, play the theme again.
Okay, here we go.
The Liquid Death Report.
All right. This week, the homie Thomas Burke greeted me with an email. I'm just going to jump right into that. Actually, I wish I had chose different words as his email starts with this week, but here we go. This week, I bring you a screener of the 2016 German psycho thriller titled Therapie.
Psycho thriller.
Ooh, I like. Keep it going. Give me some betting music. Therapie is a found-footage drama thriller I initially discovered months ago on Letterboxd, but couldn't find much else about the film. So I was curious and decided to reach out to the writer-director Felix Charon, who was very kind and happy to provide me with the screener. I'm certainly glad I saw this too, because as a filmmaker, there's a lot to appreciate here with the technical style and choice of execution. For instance, many found-footage films tend to play it safe by sticking to a single camera setup versus the use of a multicam coverage, whereas this film challenges itself most of the time to maintain continuity in a reverse dual camera angle. Now, what is that like technical jargon that I don't understand? What's a reverse?
Randy?
I don't know. Reverse shot?
Okay, that's what I thought. That's where you have two people talking and you're cutting in between.
I think so,
right?
yeah.
There is a lot of that in this film. I'll continue with the email. I find this approach, if done right, to be much more cohesive, intricate, and stands out as one of the strongest elements of the film. In addition, the acting between the two leads, Tanisha Apt and Dominic Rocky, is outstanding. Now, did I say both those names wrong?
Power through.
Okay. And here's the synopsis for the film. Aaliyah is experiencing her first days of freedom after 4 years in prison. She's trying to start all over again. Per judicial order, she starts psychotherapy with the renowned psychiatrist Dr. Steinark, but his methods become increasingly extreme in the course of the therapy. Now, I'm going to warn you, if you're going to Google or go to IMDb and look up Therapie, their synopsis gives away the third act of this film, which is a fucking travesty because it's incredible. The runtime on this movie is about 2 hours. And the first 3/4 of the film are a kind of back and forth between our characters, the criminal and the therapist. And it's kind of we're doing like a little bit of a class warfare thing. We have psychoanalyzation going from both angles, and it's pretty word heavy. There's not a lot of visual stuff to chew on, although Thomas is right. We have like 6 cameras in that room, and we do a lot of cutting, and it really helps maintain like an energy. I feel like when you have one scene going and we're at kind of like a medium range, you can lose interest pretty quick.
Yeah.
This film does a good job of keeping you in that conversation. Also, the therapist pretty quickly recommends that Aaliyah start filming herself at home and in her environment. And it's pretty cool looking around the German projects. Now, I'm not sure if it's like really the projects, but it did look a lot like La Haine.
Okay.
Like they had like kind of like the big, a lot of people live in this building, and we have a lot of kids hanging out front listening to music. It's pretty interesting. I think for casual fans, you're not gonna hold. It's pretty tough. You really got to be. This is a morning with a cup of coffee movie, but man, if you stick it out, that third act, and I'll give away something. There's a flash parkour scene that happens that I had to show you guys before we started recording. Man, I loved it. And I feel like I did the scene a little bit of an injustice by just jumping into the parkour, because I think it's really cool when you can have an actor sit on a bed and just act into a camera and feel authentic, and then at the drop of a dime, jump out on her balcony and break into her neighbor's house and break into like, what was that terrible game that was parkour? You guys aren't going to know. It felt a lot like that game that I can't pull right now.
There's a parkour game? Assassin's Creed.
No. Well, kinda, but not that. There's one that's like a first-person view, and you're just running. It's literally just parkour. My sister loved it. She'll be mad when she listens to this.
That sounds lame AF.
Yeah, it's also hard, because the thing with parkour is, it's kind of like skating where you set up a line, and you're like, okay, I'm going to come here, manual that pad.
It's too much
do
math.
a grind here. Well, you got to lay it out. It's a super creative and interesting art form. In that game, to capture the like in the moment planning, it's all color coordinated. Actually, I don't even think you could play it. Sorry, that wasn't supposed to be
It's
a
very
shot.
hurtful.
Again,
Also, the new game I'm addicted to is called Two Dots, and you have to connect dots that are all the same color. There are times where it's just, it's touch and go.
dude, I can't wait to hear more. Anyway,
That's about it. Right
Therapie,
now.
I don't think this film is available anywhere. Like Thomas said, he had to reach out and get a hold of the director. But I don't know. I keep it on your radar. Make a mental note. I'll make sure to put it in the show notes for the episode, and hopefully it will pop up over here. I mean, our buddy with 1974 just got a release.
1974.
And that film, had been floating around for fucking years. And this one, it's not just... It is kind of a psycho thriller, I guess. There's a lot of twists going on, and it's kind of actiony. Not really a horror movie.
Where did 1974 go to, by the way?
I don't know who put it out, but they did that nice release where they had... they did Host, and they did... Wait, was that 19th? Oksana, help me out. You're the one that keeps up on all this.
I'm looking it up because it's a production company I've never heard of.
Yeah, it's kind of like a new boutique.
Paramount.
Did we buy it?
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't gotten it
It was
yet,
a
though.
double release with
Double read.
Another found footage movie?
yes, that I'm blanking on the name on. Hold
It's
on.
fine. Yeah, okay, so it didn't come out with Host. Because you saw the 3 Blu-rays we have downstairs.
The ones that I picked off our doorstep yesterday?
No.
No, that's something different.
What was that? What'd y'all get yesterday?
I can't tell you. I'll tell you off the air.
Ooh, secret time.
Yeah, it's from
dildo.
Slasher Victim,
Oh,
so...
Collingswood tapes.
Oh, the Collingswood tapes, that's correct. Yeah, so Google it. Are they still available?
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't be plugging that. Anyway, Therapie's great. I'll keep people updated on if this film's available, because it's really got that like high clarity HD look that a lot of found footage films don't have.
True.
And it occupies a different space. It's foreign. I don't know. We need more of this.
Here's my question before we close it out.
Yeah,
This is a 2-hour found footage film, which is
a little under.
wildly long in the found footage universe, which I would say is anywhere from an hour 15 to an hour 35.
Yeah, it would be long. Yeah.
Anytime we're going over 90, we're like, all right, what's going on? So does it warrant this long? Because the only other 2-hour one that I can think of. Now, how long is
Noroi?
Noroi's 2 hours, but what's the other one from that same director?
Oh, A Record of Sweet Murder?
Yes, isn't that rather long too?
I think that one might be like an hour 40. Yeah.
Yeah. So does it warrant this
So
long run?
actually, that's a good comparison. So Noroi is like a mixed media thing. Like
It earns it because Noroi is a slow burn.
You're
and
talking
it's
about
basically a procedural.
you're
It
saying
is the epic.
Yeah, you're saying earns it because narratively there's a good payoff and it's a fun ride. But I think the mixed media, like the format of that found footage film, really makes it an easy watch too. A Record of Sweet Murder has that like one-shot take feel to it, which you'll feel exhausted by A Record of Sweet Murder by design.
Yeah.
Where Therapie, it feels traditionally like a film. Like there's a lot of cutting, like Thomas mentioned. There's a lot of reverse cut, and you can get caught up in that in the beginning. I had problems with the length because we were watching it late at night, and I know I'm not a size queen, despite the rumors, and I don't know. The third act is so worth it, though. I think honestly, the perfect cut would be maybe like 20 minutes shorter off the front end. I don't think we might not need all the context, but dude, the lead in this film, she's fun to watch. So, yeah, it could definitely be shorter.
Hey, that works for me.
Okay, have you ever heard that before? You're like, I liked him. He could have been a little shorter.
I'm looking for it.
You're like, all right, I'll take the boots off.
There's one out there.
All right, and thank you, Thomas. Again, you're our found footage adventurer out there, finding all these films from Germany for us, and I highly recommend found footage fans you go check out his Letterboxd. He's got 500 movies there with links.
Donka.
Yeah, and that concludes it.
This concludes the Discard Report. This concludes the TBR report.
Randy, you're good with the Germans, huh?
Yeah, I'm partial German, like a quarter.
Oh, yeah, a
Big
quarter?
surprise.
Probably, something like that, yeah.
You didn't see the tattoo?
Oh.
Black flag.
What are your thoughts on sauerkraut?
I like sauerkraut like in a sandwich.
What about on a dog?
On a dog's good, too.
Better on a dog.
What about just loose sauerkraut?
Although some would argue a dog is a sandwich.
Hot dog's a sandwich.
What about a taco?
Taco's not a sandwich.
Why not?
Loose meat.
What? How's it loose?
I'm just
okay.
things, so.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to steal that from you.
Because it's not bread. Sandwich has to be bread.
It's bread.
Taco's not... no, it's not bread. No.
Actually, I think in San Francisco...
unleavened bread does not constitute as a sandwich.
I'm pretty sure I heard a restaurant had to relocate because somebody legally argued that there could not be another sandwich place on the street, and it was a Mexican food restaurant.
What, a torta sandwich?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, like, I don't think torta when I'm going to Taco Bell.
My problem with the torta, let's turn it down a notch. Do I need mayonnaise and sour cream?
No.
Like, what are we doing? It's too much.
Yeah.
I might even argue that you don't need either of them. I'm not a big fan of either.
Give me one. Give me one. I've been making some bomb ass steak sandos here, man. Big fan of the sando. And a hot dog is a sando. Randy Michael.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back to the studio.
Thanks. Good to be here.
You told me when you came over from Oakland. Russell, listen to this. He lives in Oakland, right?
I'm turning up my headphones.
And he went over. He had a little brekkie. He went over to
Andytown Coffee in the Sunset on Lawton near Coots' house.
Yeah.
Okay.
He went to Sunset, then came back down here.
Oh, did you notice they closed the Gray Highway?
I did, yeah.
How fucking annoying is that shit?
Just so people can walk on it now, or what?
I think it just costs so much money to clean up the sand that was blowing on it every day.
Yeah.
But they still do because people ride their bikes on there and shit.
That's true.
So, I know. Former third chair of the show, Justin Coote, we actually hung out with them at the Balboa. He bitched at length about them shutting down the Great Highway.
I bet.
Because they redirected traffic like 8 streets down to his block.
Oh.
So now he gets people all the time driving by. And if you're from here, that Richmond district, they have those blind streets.
But he's up like
I know.
blocks
They
from there.
directed it all the way up there.
Damn.
And again, he's got cross sections that don't have stop signs. So when you're driving through there, oh man,
I do not miss going because it gets weird with the stop signs over there.
because we had to drive over there for like the first 50
also,
episodes of the
parking's
show,
a nightmare over there.
and I'm sure it only got worse now.
Forget about it. So Andytown Coffee, what's their big thing of it? Now, when you go to Trouble, get the toast, dude.
I don't know. I like the cheddar jalapeno corn muffin that they have at Andytown, and I hadn't had one in a minute. So
That sounds pretty good.
I figured if I'm going to be over here, I might as well just, I'm up early, so I left the house a little early and got some coffee and a muffin. And
How big's the muffin?
it's pretty big. It's a good sized muffin. Yeah, about that size.
That's a nice size muffin.
I don't know. They ain't no Costco muffin.
It's about the size of a Costco muffin, actually.
Costco muffin. I'm not a fan of those.
I am. You know why? Because they mold quickly.
They're enormous. Actually, you know what? I do like one of the Costco muffins.
All right, welcome back.
Because when I'm training in Phoenix, they'll get Costco muffins.
Dude, they're good.
I like the apple one.
Yeah.
The apple crumble shit.
It's very messy.
Enormous. Use it as a love seat. Randy Michael, have you seen anything worth note?
Yeah, Friday night I went and saw Black Widow. Just kidding, I did not see Black Widow.
Thank God.
The only thing I've seen is
In a bit.
The only thing I've seen since last week is a documentary called Summer of Soul, directed by
That sounds
Questlove.
way more on brand.
So it is a documentary about a festival that took place in the summer of 1969 in Harlem. in a park over 6 weekends. Tons of people played. So Stevie Wonder, Chambers Brothers, B.B. King, Nina Simone, Gladys Knight. And they filmed the whole thing. And it took place, summer of '69. There was Woodstock. So it kind of got overshadowed by Woodstock. And essentially the footage from this festival that like 330,000 people attended.
Oh, damn.
Just sat in a basement for like 50 years.
Oh, wow.
Up until very recently. I don't know if Questlove is like the one that found it or if he knew somebody and like they helped him make the documentary.
Randy, chances are he did not find it.
Probably not, but I don't know. I don't know exactly how it was uncovered, but they uncovered the footage and made it look very nice. And so basically the documentary kind of goes like artist by artist, and they kind of do a lot of talking head interviews with some of the people and some of the people that attended the festival. I will say the first opening like bit of the movie is a Stevie Wonder performance that is amazing. I don't know a whole lot of Stevie Wonder stuff, but I didn't know he was also like a really good drummer.
Do you know he's not blind?
I didn't. But he
Conspiracy theory.
He starts a song like singing, and then he like kind of wanders over to a drum set and just like hops on the drum set, and he just fucking shreds
He just hops.
on the drums and like plays a pretty rad drum solo. So it started off very strong. And the rest of the performances are really good. It's kind of interesting. They just talked about like how everything that was happening sort of in America and in New York around the 60s. Kind of just gives you like a portrait of the time. But I really dug it. I kind of hope that we see a little bit more of the performances. Like maybe they, upload them to YouTube or kind of do like a box set or something of the performances. The B.B. King one is really rad too. But yeah, it's on Hulu now. I think the Balboa is showing it, or they were at least. So yeah, go check it out.
So have they released like the actual concert footage as well?
I mean, there's concert footage in the documentary, but I don't think the concert footage can be seen anywhere else. I don't think it's like...
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. They like literally... I think they just found it like recently.
Get it out there.
It looks fucking cool.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because they didn't have a ton of money to actually like spend to film it, so they didn't have like a lot of lighting or anything. So when they were talking about like the creation of the festival, they're like, okay, we need the stage to face west so that we can get a good amount of sun so that we don't have to like get lights in to like film it. So it's like very sunlit, and I don't know, the footage looks awesome.
All right. Now, it's almost perfect on both critic and user input via Rotten Tomatoes, but it was 99% at the critic.
Yeah.
All right, where's our boy Armand
I
White?
know. I'm like, what are the odds it's him? Oh, here we go.
Melissa Anderson. Questlove unearths many dynamic performances from the festival, exhilarating moments that are often interrupted by talking heads from the present, weighing in on the past, montages, or other distractions.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
That's
like
not
I said,
bad.
it's like, there's a good amount of talking head stuff in it, and it's not like...
No David Byrne.
No David Byrne. They didn't play. Although they did talk about, I forget what band they were in, but... So, it's the Harlem Cultural Music Festival, mostly black artists playing, mostly black people in the crowd, and then... I forget who was playing, but essentially they had a white drummer, and they were talking to like people that attended the concert, and they're like, the fuck's this white guy doing on stage? And then like they started like playing, and everyone was like, okay, this is actually
so
cool.
tight.
And one of the weekends was
He earned
actually
the respect.
The same day that the moon landing happened.
Oh.
And then they're interviewing people there at the festival, and they're like, I mean, it's cool, but like, I feel like this is more important. And like, they're talking about like really real things, like why are we spending so much money to go to space when like our community is like, especially in the 60s, like a lot of areas of New York were like very, I don't know, not great. There was a lot of like crazy shit going on. So a lot of people were just like, yeah, it's cool that we landed on the moon, but we should like do something here. So.
Damn, that's fucking cool. And it's on Hulu?
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Damn. Do we still have Hulu?
No.
Damn it.
I got Hulu.
You got Hulu?
I'm back on Hulu.
What do you got? The $5 plan, the $15 plan, the $34 plan?
$5 plan.
All right. How many commercials you got while you're paying $5?
It's a lot of commercials.
Only during TV though.
That is the
Bullshit.
movie. They do the one.
They do it in the
front,
beginning, right?
and- yeah. Movie.
At least they don't like interrupt the movie with.
That is good.
I can deal with one or two up front.
Tubi interrupts the movie.
Yeah, not down with
Tubi,
that.
but Tubi's free completely.
Okay, but give me 10 minutes of previews up top, Tubi.
10 minutes of preview.
It's like you go to the movies at the movie place.
Those are half hour.
That's a fair point. If Tubi opened up with 15 minutes, that would be interesting. Because you'd almost have to plan your movie.
Just stop interrupting me.
I don't. You know, I can't believe I'm a Tubi defender now. Have they moved out of the Bay Area yet? I keep hearing that every day about more companies going. Tubi, man, if they're staying strong, we gotta network with them. Tell them how are you getting these movies like Voodoo on there?
So we get a good amount of concert footage because
There's
I
a
don't
solid
wanna,
amount, yeah.
I don't want to see all the talking head stuff. Is gonna.
I think there's a good mix.
All right. Good bit of well, BB's not talking because he's dead.
Correct, yeah. The
So
BB King footage is good, though.
Okay.
You really liked it, huh, Randy?
Yeah.
We talking 3.5?
I think I did 4 on Letterboxd.
That's good.
What would have made it 4.5? Like, what would have really done it for you?
I don't know. Maybe if it was a little more Frederick Wiseman-esque. A little more verite, a little
Or
less talking head.
Echoes of Vertigo.
I ask you questions because I want to make fun of you. And then you say shit like that. I'm like, God damn it, I
He's
agree
got
with
his
him.
standards.
I know. And
Yeah,
I
I
agree with him.
appreciated all the context of like the political stuff and kind of people just that were there. Like there was a kid that was there as a kid. Or there was a guy who's old now that was there as a kid.
Okay, there you go.
And they were like showing him the footage and he was like, yeah, I have all these memories of this, but like no one talks about it and there's like no footage of it anywhere. So
Wow.
all that stuff is interesting too, but I don't know. I think, yeah, potentially a little more verite would have been interesting as well.
Man, that's fucking cool. And I feel like that's how you make a statement about like race in America. You unearth some fucking cool footage of a black participated festival and you're like, how do you not know about this shit?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. You got me pumped. I want to watch it.
Hell yeah.
Was it like news anchors or who filmed it actually? Like,
I don't remember exactly, but I don't know. They got some sort of a camera crew. I don't know, just people that knew the guy
News
that was.
like who films events? Like, you know, local news maybe?
You know, WKF. They were there on the scene.
I mean, it wasn't people's phones, obviously, so...
Yeah.
They're like,
I was
we're
wondering.
sure a crime's going to happen.
Did you
we
mean
need to get coverage.
WNUF?
No, I just said some letters.
I watched a film. Oh, do you have
Oh,
another film?
No, that's it.
Okay, are you going back to the vocal fry too? I feel like earlier in this episode you were doing like a vocal fry almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
He comes in and comes out. What do you
All
want
right.
to do?
I'm just excited.
I'm a satirist.
Okay. That means you got goat legs?
I don't hate that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I watched a film begrudgingly Friday night. Man, I was digging around for a movie because here's the thing, guys. You know, you guys watch a lot of movies that I want to watch. And there have been so many movies that I don't watch because of this goddamn show. Because you get my haters. Oh, go do no Randy retread. Oh, it's gonna be Russell retread. Can't talk about movies we already talked about. So I don't watch those movies. I still have yet to see Gretel and Hansel.
Oh, let's watch it.
There's so many movies I've missed because of this fucking show. So I have to go out on the fringes sometime and dig for stuff. Maybe it's stuff I really don't even really want to see, but it's like, I guess this could be semi-interesting, so I'll watch it. Well, Friday, I made a mistake. I watched a film called Cherry. Have you heard about Cherry?
I have indeed.
I haven't.
Randy, what do you know about Cherry?
I know that it's Tom Holland and the Russo brothers who directed, an Avengers movie, and that it's very long and not great.
So, the Russo brothers, we're talking about Joe and Tony. It's Joe and Anthony, but I assume he goes by Tony. Tony Russo. Their first movie. Do you know what their first movie was?
I don't.
Their first movie was in 2006. entitled You, Me, and Dupree. The Russo brothers' debut film was You, Me, and Dupree. Actually, you know what? I think they had a film in 2002 called Welcome to Collingwood, but that's not a studio movie. Their first studio movie, when they were welcomed into America's homes and hearts, was You, Me, and Dupree. Then in 2014, they did 2014, The Winter Soldier. Then Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. These are the Marvel nerds.
God damn.
Now they came out with Cherry, which was an exclusive film for Apple TV. So I watched it free because of my subscription to Apple TV. Apparently, this movie was adapted from a novel, and it sort of feels that way. There is a constant VO from Tom Holland throughout the movie that is wildly annoying, explaining his old life. And we open up in the film when he is in the midst of a bank robbery, and he is breaking the fourth wall throughout the movie, which is also annoying.
I hate it.
So he's breaking the fourth wall before he robs a bank, and then he tells you what you should do while you rob a bank and what you shouldn't do while you rob a bank. And then it goes back to his life story. So then we reverse to an unknown amount of time, to when he is in college, and he is in love with a girl. Now, this girl is of age.
Oh, good job.
But she looks like she's 12.
Did you check her ID?
Very distracting. Oksana, you confirmed this.
Oh yeah, she looks very young.
She looks very young. And this movie is trying to be edgy the whole time, and it's just falling on its face and bleeding profusely all over the ground, because essentially there's a not good sex scene. And then Tom Holland says, he's like, I tried to think of other girls, but I only wanted to fuck her.
Oh no.
And you see, and then it cuts to her, and she looks like she's 11 going to church. It just doesn't feel good. And then then they become a couple. Okay, they're a nice little couple, and yet she's like, I love you, but that scares me, so I'm moving to Montreal. So she's moving to Montreal, and then he gets sad because she's moving to Montreal. So he just out of a whim goes and joins the army.
Oh.
So now Tom Holland's like, hey, I'm going to the army. She's like, why are you going to the army? Because you went to Montreal. Okay. So he goes to the army. Oh, man. This is not a pro-military movie. They make every officer in the training a sociopath. And they're just going around hitting him in the dick for no reason. They're like, Officer Jones hit me in the dick again today. Cut to Officer Jones hitting him in the dick. Oh, not officer, whatever they do with their little titles.
Lieutenant.
Now, perusing IMDb, I came across this.
Okay, so that's the other thing they do in the movie. So I'll get to that in a second. So in the military, and then I don't mean to tell tales out of school here. He does not have a good time in the military. Things are not great. All of his friends die.
Oh, okay.
He was supposed to be on the car that was going somewhere, but got kicked off, and then that car blew up. The Humvee blew up, and he saw his friends burnt to a crisp. And then he survives his time in the war, comes back home from the war, and has PTSD. He's all fucked up. So then he gets hooked on painkillers, and then his wife, who now looks like she's 14.
Oh, good.
She's aged a little. She comes in and she's like, I'm done with this shit. So she grabs his pain pills and takes them too. She's like, I'm gonna be fucked up too.
Wait, what?
Yes.
That sounds like a great scene.
Now it cuts to part 3 of the film where they become junkies. Oh. And they are hardcore dope fiend junkies.
Like on the couch, Mountain Dew in hand.
Oh man,
playing Xbox.
There's a scene that also. And this movie is 2 hours and 22 minutes.
God, like a fucking Marvel movie.
And that, yes, and in the entire runtime, it can never find an identity. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It jumps all over the place. Tonally, it's just like they do. I say it again, like they do the Scorsese thing, where like they've got a giant song playing, and they do like the montage and thing. They do that so many times. But there's one scene where it does work because it's so profoundly sad to where they get a score of heroin and they're like, it's time to celebrate, baby. And they go to Subway.
Oh,
hell
fuck yeah.
This is by far the best scene in the movie. It will be the only thing I remember about this movie is that these two children dope fiends go to Subway and they're like pointing at tomatoes and they just think it's like the greatest thing ever. And then they pass out in the Subway
Wait, what was the song playing?
dining room. I have no recollection of that.
You're talking like needle drops, right? Like Credence comes on.
It
and
does
like...
feel that way, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so then they're dope fiends. But as a part of being a dope fiend, you need money.
Oh, no.
So they run through all their money. And so he's got a buddy. His buddy is named, let me get this right, because it's the worst name, played by Jack Rayner, who is the guy from Midsommar.
Okay.
He's the boyfriend in Midsommar. His character name in this movie, Pills and Coke.
That's his name?
That's his name. Where's Pills and Coke? He left me, man. We gotta go fucking find. All right, Pills and Coke.
Cocaine or like we talking the beverage?
Well, it's spelled the beverage, but
okay, yeah. No, I feel like that's a better combo.
it's probably because he's a drug dealer, so they just call him.
Yeah,
Pills
but I
and
feel like
Coke.
that's not a good. Like, do people take
Nothing
Vicodin
is
and
good.
Coke?
I don't know, Randy. That's your thing.
Some people probably do, I'm sure.
Okay.
I've known people. I feel like soda is the companion to the Vicodin.
Soda's the companion to everything. Henceforth, my liquid death. Trying to get out of that game, dude. So he begins to rob banks. Now there is a progression with the bank robbing because we do see at the beginning he's learned it, but yet he's gotten away with some very bad bank robbing, as we find out in this movie. So it's sort of a progression of his robbery, and he starts to get more money. And then Pills and Coke was supposed to help him as the stakes were getting bigger, so he needed someone to go into the bank with him to collect more money. And then Pills and Coke abandoned him.
Of course he did.
And then they got the other guy, the cross-eyed guy, who was going to be the driver.
What's his name?
I forgot the cross-eyed guy's name. What's his name? Because I think it was Jimenez.
Now, are we still breaking the fourth wall here? Like, this was a bad day. Never unlock the door.
They don't break, if memory serves, because I've tried to erase this from my mind. They don't break the fourth wall a ton. Actually, maybe they do. I don't know. But
what were you? Were you vaping during this?
I was trying to pay attention. It's terrible. So they're robbing the banks. Now, you show me a picture of the bank. Now, the bank logo, that is a thing. They'll say shitty bank, and it would be like in a traditional logo for what you would think would be a business, and it would just say shitty bank or poor fuckers America. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please stop.
Yeah.
It's cute, but it's not.
Yeah.
Not cute. So they rob the bank, and then she ODs. His child bride ODs on heroin. And so apparently she came from a good family, so her good family came by, and basically the mother was like, you're a fucking shithead, stay away from my fucking daughter, go away. So they send her to rehab, and then she breaks out of rehab, I think, gets on a bus, and then they get back together, and he's like, you got to get back on that bus. Because I'm trouble and you need to get your life together. So then he goes out and robs his last bank. And he robs the bank, but then he leaves the money. He calls the police on himself. And then he goes outside, shoots up in his toe, and then waits for the cops to come. And then they come and arrest him. And then we go to the epilogue of the film, which is him in prison for, I think, 7 to 10 years, something in there, because of all the bank robbing.
What? Wait.
And then the film ends with him getting out of jail with a mustache.
Oh, hardened.
And then the child bride, who's now looks 17.
Oh, she didn't die.
And she's got eye makeup now. And she comes out of the car, and then they smile, and then the movie finally
Wait a
ends.
minute. You had me think that she OD'd and died.
No. She did not die.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Because
sorry.
I'm like, why did that fool turn himself in? That's when you go death by cop.
Look at her.
She looks like Rory from Gilmore Girls.
I don't...
Randy? Nothing?
No, nothing.
Oh, my God.
Randy and I are real men.
Oksana.
Yeah, she has the same jaw line.
Yeah, but she also, like... She's got, like, a big head, but, like, her body looks, like, childlike.
And like baby face.
Yeah.
them.
So, yeah, I totally agree. She looks way underage. But he doesn't look like he's a fucking adult either.
Nobody's Spider-Man.
Wait, he's the new Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
I like...
I haven't seen any of the movies.
I like
so.
Tom Holland. This movie is stinkeroony. Oh, Forrest Goodland. James Lightfoot. That's him. That's cross-eyed guy.
That's his character name?
Was he not really cross-eyed? Oh, good for him.
He's not?
No.
They fixed it.
Because he's wild in this one.
How do you fix that? Like a lobotomy? Shove a needle in the tear duct, it'll fix that eye.
I think just prayer
All right, it's my turn.
is your turn.
I'll be quick, I promise.
Cherry,
Again,
4 stars.
I haven't been able to live down my last TBR report from last week. Apparently,
Shake it off, move forward.
Clocked in at 30 minutes. So this time, going to keep it short. Based on a vague recommendation, I don't know if I could even call it that, I watched a movie from 2021, just came out 2 weeks ago, called Till Death. A woman is left handcuffed to her dead husband as part of a sick revenge plot. Unable to unshackle, she has to survive as 2 killers arrive to finish her off. Yeah. Now, Clark watched the first half hour of this movie with me, which I told him, hey, it's Megan Fox handcuffed to a dead guy. And honestly, that sounds like a good time to me. I could fuck with that movie.
She's boring.
She's really boring. Also, she looks like if she gets Botox one more time, she will have reached the uncanny valley and there's no coming back.
Here's my problem with this movie. This is why I left the movie, Randy.
Mm-hmm.
Half hour I stayed.
Yeah, you're in there
Roughly.
for a half hour.
Now, in that half hour, things happen to this young lady. No matter what happened, that makeup was flawless.
Flawless. She looked perfect.
The entire time. She wakes up from a night's slumber looking incredible. And I hate it.
If you look at the poster, it's her laying in ice on top of it, and her handcuffs, you know, they trail to a hole where an arm is sticking out. In that moment in the movie, which, of course, this is a poster from the end of the film again.
Really?
I don't know why they fucking do that in these movies. Anyway, her makeup looks just as good as the opening moments of the movie. Now,
She got some blood on her shirt or something, though, didn't she?
Yeah, she spilled Kool-Aid.
Oh, she gets jacked up, dude.
She's like our buddy Liam Neeson. She just can't keep the drink in the cup. So Clark, it's an ongoing bit at this house. Whenever Clark bails out of a movie because it's become 9 o'clock and he has to go to bed,
Hell yeah.
the movie just gets better. Or he'll get up and leave and he'll go cook an extravagant meal that he'll eat half of and then go to bed. And every time the movie gets better. So literally this time, when you left, Oksana was like, so it's going to get good now, right? And I'm like, I think so. Dude.
Nope.
I'll tell you, I don't want to give the impression this film is boring. So what Clark was there for is all the setup. She's in an apartment, or she's in a hotel room with a handsome black man. Clark instantly went, oh, she's cheating. And I was like, yeah, how do you know that? And then she was cheating. Then she's married to a handsome Brit who's working as like an evil tech conglomerate, or I don't know, whatever. It doesn't really matter.
He's a lawyer, I thought.
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
I think he's a vlogger. Whatever.
A vlogger? The vlogging lawyer.
Dude. So he takes her out to celebrate their anniversary, which Megan Fox is not thrilled about because she could have had another night with her what do you call them when it's a male? Her boy toy? What is there, like a mistress but like gender reversed?
Yeah.
Mister?
Dick.
Okay. Yeah, her mister. And she's kind of bummed. But, the dude put a lot of effort in. He drugged her immediately when they get to the house, so she wakes up at the dinner table and it's like, what the fuck happened? And very romantic. There are rose petals everywhere. Also, Clark is a huge fan of candles. Well, this guy had Clark beat, as he lit 500 candles all over the house.
In no universe could a person lit that many candles in that amount of time.
No, normally it takes the whole cult to light up all these candles.
So many
and
candles.
You have to synchronize it because they start melting really quick. And I think you were right. You're like, dude, all these candles, that would take at least 18 minutes.
And that is just boom, boom, boom.
And I'm telling you, from the downstairs in the living room, through the dining room, into the fucking, where do they develop photographs, Randy?
A dark room.
Walgreens.
Into the dark room, out of the dark room, up the stairs, around the corner, into the bedroom for a romantic evening. Well, she wakes up the next day, and her husband's fully dressed. He's sitting up on the bed, and she's kind of like, huh? And he's like, what did he say? He's like, game over. Or, I can't remember. Game over is good enough. He's like, game over, bitch. And he shoots himself in the head.
Jesus.
No, it wasn't. It was something more like, fuck you. But it wasn't fuck you, but it wasn't like game over.
It's like, goodbye, bitch.
It was.
I don't know. Whatever. He blows his head off.
He was a suave guy. So
he was.
It was whatever it was sort of quippy and suave.
He's like, farewell. And then
he blew his brain.
Bada bing, bada bang. You know what? It looked good. I liked watching his corpse. Like
his blown up head looked okay.
Yeah, and I will say this movie doesn't know about rigor mortis because he's always a floppy body. Like he's pretty malleable the whole film. Anyway, the film turns into like a survival horror game where she's dragging this corpse around the house. She finds out that the dude that beat her up and stabbed her years prior has been tricked to come to the house, clearly to kill her, as her husband had a safe filled with treasures that only he and her knew the combination to. So he knew this maniac just got out and would, beat her up and probably do all sorts of horrible things to her, like mess up her makeup and really get that combination and all the gold. Now, you missed most of the cat and mouse, Clark, which was pretty fun. They go everywhere in the house. They really fuck that house up.
They go full Tom and Jerry?
Well, they go from like upstairs, downstairs. Her, again, spoiler. I feel like we're already deep in this. Her mister shows up, gets killed. The dude arrived with his brother. Now, here's where the film took like the unbearable turn for me. So the dude that beat her up and stabbed her years prior is named Jimmy. Jimmy, right? He brought his brother,
Jimmer,
who apparently can like crack any safe, right?
Jimmer?
His brother's named Bobby. Now these motherfuckers, there wasn't a ton of dialogue in this movie. At least, like we're in the throes of like the action and we have characters, villains particularly talking. Man, I fucking hated it. It was making me laugh. And I realized after, I'm like, dude, it feels like it should be in I Think You Should Leave. I'm not tripping. So I pulled a couple of them. Now, these conversations, they pop up out of nowhere. There's not a lot of dialogue. And then you get these little moments. And I did cut them down to be concise, but the context doesn't help at all anyway. So here, let me, she just snuck out of the garage. She was gassing up a car. And she snuck out and got back in the house. So this is when Jimmy runs out looking for her in the basement. Here we go.
10 years I spent inside that cage. 10 fucking years. While they repossessed our house, the house that we grew up in, while Pop got sick. This bitch took everything from us, Jimmy. And those diamonds are compensation for that. Okay? And we are still in the game.
Dude. Jimmy, the diamonds. Like, so.
As a reminder, this is 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude, it's so high. And I'm telling you, Jimmy and Bobby, they start doing that East Coast thing. They're like, Jimmy, we got to get the diamonds. We've been in jail, man.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dad fucking died, Jimmy. So here, and you know what? Megan, later on in the film,
missing.
No, she gets in the conversation, and she sounds the most like I Think You Should Leave. So here we go. I got another short clip for you.
You give us the combination, we take the diamonds and leave you here alive.
Jesus Christ.
What do you think she's gonna do? The moment she's out of here, she's gonna go straight to the cops.
Shut up! Fuck! Who do you think's the first person the cops are gonna come looking for when they find her dead body, huh? You already put a target on those backs, you dumb fuck!
I'll give it to you, but you gotta fucking cut me loose.
Combination first.
Fuck that, not as long as I'm attached to this fucking piece of shit.
Dude, this fucking piece of shit. Dude,
It sounds like the action movie with Santa Claus in it from season 2.
It does. Actually, it sounds like this.
You know what I saw once I thought was cute? Tommy guns.
My friends aren't gonna buy the crap from your mob movie.
What mob movie? It fell apart because it fucking sucked.
God damn it.
You brought it up.
No, I didn't. I didn't even know you still had that stuff.
Where would it be? Nobody wants 1,000 plastic meatballs. They don't even look real. They look like little pieces of shit.
You just said they look real.
To them, I need to unload them.
These are my friends.
They look real. They don't look like little pieces of shit.
We're not doing the meatballs.
You're blowing it.
Dude, that could have been a conversation in this movie. Oh. Dude, the diamonds, we gotta get them out. Dude, and I'll tell you, when people, oh my God, when they start doing the dramatic acting at the third part, the third act of this fucking film, it really jumps the shark. And how we get out into the ice lake and homie, I'm telling you, having said all that, it sounds like it might be a lot of fun. The next day, we were talking about the show, and I was telling Oksana, we gotta watch a movie this week. Like, I gotta have something to talk about. And she's like, well, how did the one end that we just watched? And I'm like, we didn't watch anything. And she's like, no, we did last night. And we have a text conversation where I'm denying that we watched a movie. And I'm like, oh, fuck. We watched Till Death. So
I was trying to tell Clark what happened after he left. And I was like, I can't. How the hell did the movie end?
I feel drugged by the film. I had amnesia post watching this movie. So what do you think I'm going to give it?
2.5.
3 stars.
Yep, 3.
Yeah. You know why? Because I didn't hate it. I don't remember it enough to be like, hey, don't watch that movie. It's just, wow, man. In and out. It's gone.
Every time I do go to In-N-Out, it's gone.
I went last night.
My man. Hey, they tried those tomato things. They said they were okay.
Yeah, I didn't go tomato. I just went protein style.
Would y'all go tomato again?
No.
Not worth the trouble?
Nay.
There's no sauce, and it's a mess. I think protein style's the way to go.
Yeah. Last week we got the no bun, tomato slices instead. Nah, not a fan. Messy, pass.
I want In-N-Out again.
Let's go.
All right. Anything else before we sign off? All right. Now, Randy, take her home.
Country road. Take me home.
You're the idiot.
You're the idiot.